going from year one in the system to year two, what are some of the things that you're going to be focused on working with Denard to make him the best quarterback he can be for Michigan?
Well, Denard in our running game is pretty solid. I mean, there's still a deal here and a deal there, but he's pretty solid in our running game. Where we got to take the next step is in our passing game. And really, if there were two issues that I think have to be addressed, is one, footwork, okay, which we made some headway on, but still have not arrived, and obviously second, decision making, because decision making is going to dictate your fate so often. Well, here's an instance where we have basically a missed assignment. He three steps from the gun, which gives the linebacker an opportunity to steal his eyes. And as soon as you get your eyes stolen on a three-step throw, you got problems. So the ball comes out late, he undercuts it, and we throw an interception. Whereas if you look at from the end zone now, if he left-rights it, and the timing, you could see there's separation on the break. He sticks that ball right on his outside hip and gives him an opportunity to split the coverage. It's there.
And that's where you're saying right about here is when the linebacker has stolen his eyes.
Exactly.
He's got him.
Yeah, because the drop got extended and he got a tip on where the ball was going. I love coaching at Michigan because I can always tell where the quarterback's looking, because those wings tell you just what's going on. He tries to look the throw off, and he knows even on the punch plant throws, his eyes got to be straight up the field for the first step so that they can't see where it's going. But what happens is because the drop gets extended, the wings go right out to the throw, and you can see the linebacker staring right at him. Makes a nice play. He does. One of the most undersold parts of this position is toughness. I don't hear it talked about near enough.
Okay.
They talk about reads, they talk about footwork, and I do it, you know. But if you aren't tough, if you're not a warrior, I don't think you'll ever be a great quarterback. And I think every great quarterback was. Here's a five-step throw. It's a double dig type situation where his progression is such where he's going to look inside first to see if he's got a throwing lane to the first dig, and if he doesn't, then go ahead and reset, stay in profile, and hit the outside dig, knowing that if neither one's open, he's got the option to check down in the flat. But you can see this is very smooth, very nice. This later in the season, he's starting to get a better feel for the drops and the timing. Throw holds him up just a little bit, knowing that it's zone coverage and he doesn't really want to run him into a lot of bodies. He wants to always afford him the opportunity to knife to the defense. Catch it so the receiver can snap and knife to the defense.
So little things as we talk about on that particular route from there. Is he able to hit him a little earlier, get him on the hash? Does he need to hit him before the hash or right in?
He can. If in the perfect world, that's exactly what he'd do.
Okay.
But what happens a lot of times is the first read's here.
Okay.
And if he sees, what he's trying to see is that guy going to clear? Because if he's going to clear, he's going to get him the ball. But a lot of times, he'll stay on that maybe a little longer than he should, and that ball come out of here late.
Okay.
But as long as, we're afforded a two-hitch throw, as long as there's still a throwing lane in there, okay? And the receiver, too, has to also know that if he holds it and feels he's squeezed, he's got to reduce his route and bring it back to the quarterback so that, he doesn't get killed. Now, here's a good one and a bad one, okay? This was a critical time in the game. We call this a dagger wheel, which is designed for the last 3 plays in the game. There's only 30 seconds left in the game. We're not thinking checkdowns right now, where so much of our offense has that built into it. We're thinking take a bite out of the defense because we got to get it downfield. So in this instance, it's going to probably mean you got to buy a little time. This is a 5-step drop from the shotgun. At the end of the drop, he's sloppy, okay? We don't want to be standing on our toes or bouncing, particularly with a shorter quarterback. We want to get in the fight, okay, where he's bouncing a little. But he does understand. He uses what we call a run-up drill, where once we feel the outside rushers start to close in, we're going to get underneath the pocket. We would prefer to keep in our passing profile, but there's times a pass rush won't allow that. So you can see him coming underneath it. Now he runs up.
And that's getting in the fight.
That's getting in the fight. We talk about getting in the fight. The fight is up in here. The fight ain't back here. Okay. And that's a tough thing, particularly for a real mobile quarterback, because a lot of time they want to win by break and contain all the time, which I love. I love it when they do that. But where you're the most dangerous to the defense is when you can get in the fight, attack the defense, and still keep the field stretched. Because as soon as you move, you bring coverage into the receiver. Well, here, see, because he's under it, they got to continue to stay distributed. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now you break, and he finds him, spits it out on the run. It's just a great play. But it's a bad play and a good play. But you got to understand, everything starts with structure. And then if we improv off the structure, that's great.